Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome back to Dyson Third Baseman. And today we continue with our recreation of the 1961 Stanley Cup Finals between the Detroit Red Wings and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Toronto, who finished second during the regular season, dominated Game 1 with a 4-0 shutout win, outshooting Detroit 34-25. And the Red Wings failed to do any of the things they'll need to do to be competitive in this series. They certainly didn't slow down league-leading scorer Frank Mahovlich, who had 7 shots on goal and scored 2 of them. And neither did Detroit's big guns show up. Gordie Howe was held without a shot on goal and a single hit, while Alex Delvecchio had 4 shots on goal and no defensive stops. To add insult to injury, Detroit's starting goaltender Terry Sawchuk came up lame after the game, and he'll have to be replaced for Game 2 by their backup, Hank Basson. Basson is a credible backup, having split time during the season with Sawchuk, but it's still not an enviable position to be going into Game 2 down a game on the other team's home ice, looking for a way to turn it into a series and having to roll out your backup goaltender. So let's head out to Maple Leaf Gardens for the start of Game 2 between the Red Wings and the Maple Leafs. All right, ready to drop the puck for Game 2. Detroit totally outclassed in Game 1. We'll have to find a different approach here in Game 2, and we drop the puck at center ice. All right, face-off is won by Delvecchio. He goes out back to the right point to Provino, and that's a shot 3. And he scores! Right off the opening face-off, Detroit takes possession. Delvecchio drops it back to Provino, and he slams it in from the point. And Bauer is cold. So the assists go to Gordie Howe and to Delvecchio. So just like that, Detroit couldn't score for 60 minutes in Game 1, and they score in the first 20 seconds of Game 2. All right, we drop the puck again at center ice. Delvecchio will win that again. It's out to Howe. But Mahovlich gets in the way, and he'll force Gorder to dump it in. But the old man wins the race to the puck. He'll collect it, look to go back to Pronovo. Pronovo will keep it. Look to pass in the middle to Delvecchio. That's an assist pass for Delvecchio. Out to Howe for a shot 3. Save by Bauer. Is hot, so he's no longer cold. There's a loose rebound, and that'll be collected by Bond. So already seems like more great chances for the Red Wings in the first 2 minutes of Game 2. The teams will change up lines. Hillman has the puck. Delayed penalty. It's an assist pass for Hillman. It's over to Horton, and he shoots wide. And the referees will converge. And it's a double minor on Howie Young. All right. 4 minutes for hooking for Young. Already puts Detroit in jeopardy with the 1-0 lead. All right, so I will go with my first penalty kill unit.
I'll go with the first power play.
And the top line out for... So Toronto gets 2 chances on the power play here. And the face-off. That's won by the Leafs. Kelly goes out to Mahovlich. He's forced to pass by Howe's defense. And then Howe picks the pass off. Ullman has it on the penalty kill. That's an AST pass, shorthanded. That'll go to Godfrey as for a shot 1. And the save and the hold by Bauer. So Detroit gets a shorthanded chance. We'll have a face-off in the Toronto end. And that's 1 out to Mahovlich. The pass goes out to Bond. He looks back for Mahavlich, but that's going to be taken away by Pronovo. And right, that's the end of the first penalty.
Yep.
Do you want to
So just,
change power play lines?
yeah,
Yeah.
just go to the
No,
second one.
penalty kill lines. All right. Adrowski with the puck, but he's drilled by Brewer, who's been very physical so far in this series. And the loose puck comes out to Stewart. Wants to go back to Horton. And that's
That's an
a
assist
pass, but
right?
that'll be an assist pass because the defense is 4-check-0. And that'll go to Brewer for a shot 1 from the point. And that's gloved by Basson, and he holds for the faceoff. Minute 40 left in the second penalty on Howie. And the draw goes to the Red Wings. Del Vecchio will control. Goes to the center, and there's nobody there. So Olmsted will control. He goes back to Horton. Horton will pass out to the right wing. And that's a shot 4 for Stewart. And that's another save, and Basson holds it. Face off in the Detroit end. And that's won by Del Vecchio, and it goes to Adrowski. He looks to go back to Del Vecchio. That's a shot 3 shorthanded for Alex. Saved by Bauer, but the puck is loose. And Horton corrals for Toronto. We'll keep the lines out until the penalty's over. So Duff has the puck. He'll get a chance, a good chance, a shot 4 at the end of the power play. And that's a save and a hold. Nope, sorry, they're 4-check-0, so it's blocked.
Blocked, right?
Blocked by Fontaine. The puck is loose. Brewer will collect it. And the penalty expires. So the Red Wings managed to kill off 4 minutes of the Toronto power play. And Horton in control of the puck as the team skated even strength. He looks out on the left wing for Pulford. Pulford will float one in from just inside the blue line on a shot 1. Forced wide by Melnick. Armstrong collects the loose puck. Goes back to Horton. Horton will cough it up. And Lundy collects for Detroit. Out to Gagan. He will look to pass back into the middle. He gets it to Lundy. Teams will change on the fly, and the puck goes out to Howe. And the whistles go. And the referees confer, and no penalty. They were looking sideways at Johnny Bauer. A little nonsense going on in the crease, and we'll drop the puck for a face-off in the Toronto zone. It's won by the Red Wings. Out to Howe. And Howe will get a shot 1. And a save and a hold by Bauer. So much different so far in the first 8 minutes. Detroit 5 shots to Toronto 2. Another face-off in the Toronto end, and Keon wins it out to Reagan. He passes it over to Brewer. Brewer will keep. Moves it over center ice. Goes out to Horton at the right defense. That's an AST pass. Back to Brewer for a shot 2. And Basson makes the save, and he'll drop it to Pronovo in the Detroit end. Pronovo out to Gordie Howe on the right wing. Gordie will tee it up for a shot 2. But it's blocked by Horton. And the loose puck taken by Horton. Halfway through the first period, Armstrong with the puck. And there's Howie with the penalty 9.
Oh.
Yep. So a delayed call. Armstrong gets a chance at a shot 0. And that's saved by Bauer and dropped to Gagan. But another minor penalty on Howie Young. He's a force of chaos.
Yeah.
So that's a hook for Young. Halfway through the first period, and Toronto will go on the power play again. So
Yeah, through first line again.
So the top units will go out. Another 2 minutes with the extra skater for Toronto. And Kelly wins the face-off, and it goes to Stanley. That'll go out to Bond, and that's an assist pass. Back to Stanley for a shot 0. And Basson saves, but there's a rebound, and Howe will scoop it up for Toronto. He looks to go out to Godfrey, but Bond lands the hit and shakes the puck loose, and Kelly will control with a minute left on the power play. Kelly will keep it, and he'll skate over the blue line. That's an AST pass. It goes out to Mahovlich for the shot 4, and it's blocked. Nope, no center.
Nope, center.
Yep. So that's a save and a hold by Basson. So face off in the Detroit end. And again, won by Kelly. And again, out to Stanley. He'll look for Bond. And Bond coughs that up. And Howe has it, and he breaks in all alone on Bauer. And scores!
Oh.
The short-handed breakaway by Gordie Howe. Big goal there for Detroit. And the assist to Godfrey. And that'll be it. So 2-0 Toronto on the shorty. The power play unit for Toronto hasn't been able to get it done. They still have 40 seconds left. So we'll get a face-off at center ice. This time Detroit wins it, and it's off to Ullman. He's going to look for Howe. That's an AST pass. That'll go to Pronovo with a shot 1, again short-handed. And that's held by Bauer. So, spectacular penalty killing here by the Red Wings. Face off on the Toronto end, and Detroit wins it again, and it'll go out to Howe. I'll keep the lines in. He looks out for Ullman, but Nevin will force him to ice the puck, and that'll kill the penalty, and the teams change on the fly. All right, Horton has the puck. He comes in and tee up a shot 1. And he scores from the shot 1. So it didn't look like much as he came over the blue line, but it beats Basson for the first goal for Toronto. And an assist to Kelly, and an assist to Nevin. So Toronto gets back in it. And Detroit's fourth line coughs it up there. All right. Face off at center ice. Kelly gets kicked out. And that means Detroit will win the draw, and it's out to Gagan. He'll look to pass to Pronovo, but Kelly lands the hit. The puck is loose. It's taken by Pronovo. He looks out on the left for McGregor. McGregor back to Pronovo. Gagan with the puck. He will cough it up, and Shack will take control. Taken away by Ullman. He'll look to drop it back to Young, but Hillman lands the hit, and Reagan picks up the loose puck. Now Mahovlich with it. Shack. He'll look to pass into the middle, and it's there for Keon, who gets a shot 4, and a save and a hold by Basson. Face off in the Detroit end. It's won by Toronto. Keon with the puck. looks to go out to Shaq, but Howie lands the big hit. And the loose puck is taken by Horton. Goes to Stanley at the left point. He looks to pass, but Gagan forces the dump in. Stewart's the first man to the puck for Toronto. He holds on to it. He gets a shot 3. And Basson makes the stop and holds on to the puck for a face-off. Toronto wins the draw again. It's back to Bond. He looks around and tries to go out to the right wing to Stewart. Stewart gets the puck. He's got a shot 3. And another save by Basson and no rebound. Much different than game 1 with Sawchuk. Another face-off in the Detroit end. And this is won by Toronto again. Olmsted with the puck. Out on the left to Duff. That's a shot 5 for Dick Duff. And saved by Basson, and he drops it to Gagan. Detroit gets control. 2 minutes left in the first period. Adrowski with the puck. He gets in over the blue line, launches one, a shot 0. That's a save by Bauer, but he can't control it. But Horton has the rebound for Toronto. Leaves it for Hillman. Hillman with the pass into the middle for Kelly. Kelly will keep the puck. And potential penalty on Godfrey. And it is a minor penalty on Warren Godfrey for hooking with a minute to go in the first period.
Of threat, Mahablich and Kelly and Devin.
Okay.
The first unit.
Yep. All right, 1 minute to go in the period. Face off in the Detroit zone. Toronto's 4th power play of the game. And the face-off is won by Delvecchio. Adrowski over to Gagan, who ices the puck. Stanley with control. He comes in and he'll get a shot 0. That's forced wide by Fontaine, shorthanded. Loose puck goes to Kelly. He drops it back for Bond. Bond coughs it up, and there's no center there to take it, so Kelly will keep control, and that's the end of the period. So after 1, Detroit leads 2-1 on the strength of Gordie Howe's shorthanded goal. All right, start of the second period. Toronto's still on the power play. They have 40 seconds left to the man advantage. I assume you want your first unit out?
Yep.
All right, I'm going to go to my first unit, but I got to take Godfrey out. All right, drop the puck. And Toronto will win the faceoff. Goes to Nevin. He looks to go out to the left wing, but Pronovo is there, and he'll force a pass. Goes to Bond. He will pass, and that'll kill the penalty. And teams will change up lines. So no joy in the power play again for Toronto for the 4th time. Duff has the puck with the teams at even strength, but it'll be taken away by Glover. Glover looks into the middle of the ice, but Olmsted is there, and he'll force a dump in. Brewer will collect the puck for Toronto. And it's out to Horton. He's got a crease, and he'll take a shot 1. And that's saved by Basson and dropped to Howie Young. Teams will change up. And Pronovo with the puck. And he'll look to pass to Gagan. And he does. Gagan's got a seam. He'll take a shot 1. And that's saved by Bauer, but there's a rebound. Howe pounces on it. He'll get a shot 1 off the rebound. And Bauer makes the save and holds it for the face-off. Face-off in the Toronto end. It's won by Detroit. Delvecchio with the puck. Over to Proveno. Proveno looks for Gagan. Gagan slaps it from the point with a shot 1. Ooh. Bauer makes the kick save. He goes hot and there's a rebound, and Harris will collect the rebound for Toronto. So the Bauer stops the the number one shot number, and Harris has the puck. He'll line up a shot 0, and Basson saves and drops it to Marcel Pronovo. He kicks it over to Gagan. Gagan back on the right to Wodrowski. Detroit content to just hold the puck here. Wodrowski keeps, and he gets it over to Melnick for a shot 3, but it's blocked by Duff. Wodrowski will collect the loose puck, try to get it out on the left wing to McGregor. He does. McGregor will pass it into the center, but it'll be intercepted there by Hillman. Bond with the puck. He'll T1 up a shot 0 from the blue line. It's a save by Basson, but he can't control it. But Lundy is there to clean up the mess. Labine with the puck for Detroit. He coughs it up, and Mahovlich will come in on the breakaway, and he scores.
Nice.
Frank Mahovlich.
Third goal of the series.
Yep, assist to Kelly and Nevin. Well, that ties the game. We've got 2 breakaway goals. And it's 2-2 here, 6 minutes gone into the second period. Back out to center ice for the faceoff. And Detroit will win it. And Howard Young with the puck. He'll go out to Johnson. Mahovlich gets tangled up and draws a minor penalty. So 2 minutes for delay of game on Frank as he tries to loft the puck out of the Toronto end and it goes into the crowd. So the Red Wings will get their first crack at the power play.
I'll throw in the first unit.
Okay. And they'll face it off in the Toronto end. And Keon wins the draw to Horton. Horton tries to go to Keon, but it's taken away by Pronovo. He looks in the middle for Ullman. That's a shot 5. But it's held by Bauer for the faceoff. So good chance. First shift to the power play. First possession of the power play. Face-off again, won by Detroit. Ullman with the puck. He goes out to Delvecchio on the left wing. That's a shot 3. And that's saved by Bauer, but the puck is loose. And Brewer will collect it for Toronto. He goes out to Horton at the right defense. Horton will vamp, kill some time. Looks to go in the center, but there's no center there, so Detroit will control. Out to the left wing for Stasiuk, but he coughs it up. And Armstrong has it, and he breaks in alone. Oh, sorry. Forecheck 0, so no breakaway. That's just a pass, and he'll leave it for Bond. And Bond will ice the puck to kill the rest of the penalty. So Toronto survives the shorthanded bid by the Red Wings, and McGregor has the puck. He'll pass it into the middle to Lundy. That's an assist pass, and it'll go to Marcel Pronovo for a shot 3. And kicked out by Bauer, and Eddie Shack has the rebound. He passes it over to Bond. Bond coughs it up, and McGregor is there to take it away. And he looks to drop it back for Gagan. But Bond draws the whistle.
Oh.
Yes. So it's a fighting penalty on Bond. So his partner for the fighting penalty. Now there's nobody with a fight rating, so I guess it's Gagan.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then a minor on Bond.
Yep.
So Bond gets 2 minutes for hooking, and there's coincidental fighting penalties. All right. So now we gotta put a guy in the box for Bond, right?
Right. Isn't it 4-on-3 at this point?
It should be a 4-on-3, yes.
Yeah.
Um, but somebody has to go in.
Oh,
Somebody
somebody
has to
else
serve the
has to go
minor.
in with,
Yeah.
yeah. So it looks like just throw Regan in there.
Okay.
Reagan.
And
Then Bond's out.
he's just 5 now, right?
Oh, I actually leave him in for 7 because
Okay.
I think they do. He still has to serve his full time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I can. Yeah. There it is. All right. So now it's a 4-on-3.
Yeah.
So I'll start with my second power play unit.
And I'll go with my first killing unit there.
All right. And I will take.
Oh, yeah, this is a hard decision.
Yeah, tough call here. I'm gonna put Johnson over in Stasiuk's spot.
I think I'm gonna sit Keon.
All right. So we'll have, I guess, 2 minutes of 4-on-3, and then
And then 4-on-4
for
for
another
3
5 minutes.
minutes.
Yeah, 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Bond just has to
Yeah. Cool as jets.
cool his jets. Yep.
Okay. 1 second here. All right. So we'll drop the puck in the Toronto end. And there's no center, so loose puck tie. And there's also no home left wing, so that'll go to Toronto's left wing, Detroit's left wing. I'll keep the lines in. All right. And he goes to left defense. That's an assist pass by Godfrey. Back out to Johnson for a shot 2. And that'll go wide because they're 4-check-0. And Brewer will pick up the loose puck. Okay, and he'll ice it. Nope, defense
Oh,
is,
no,
yep,
takeaway, right?
4-check-3, so it's a takeaway by Glover. And then a takeaway back by Stewart. And then right wing 30, they ice it. And Johnson with the puck. And that is not an interception, so that's an AST pass. There is no center. Yeah, what are we doing here?
I think you do LP.
Yeah. Okay, LP tie. Again, all right, so face off. Detroit will win it. Petrowski with the draw. 21, he looks to pass out to the right wing. That's a shot 2 for Glover. And it's held for a face-off by Bauer. Both are kicked out, so we've got all evens on the power. Okay. Center is loose puck. Your defense, that'll be you. So Horton wins the loose puck, and that'll kill the minor penalty. All right, and so now we're back to 4-on-4. 4-on-4. All right.
Yeah, choose new lines and.
Third line's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll sit Said Harris.
Oh, and Bond
Oh,
has
and
to be.
Bond has to.
Yep.
Yeah, so just put in uh I don't know, Horton, I guess.
Okay, and then, sorry, who was going to come out?
Harris comes out.
Okay. All right, and I will put McDonald in Glover's. All right, 4-4. Face off. Goes to Detroit, but it's loose puck. And you've got 7, I've got 4. Centers again. And a face-off. So you win the face-off. Armstrong has it. He tries to go out to the left wing, but McDonald forces him to dump it in. Pulford will collect the puck. He'll look to pass the center. There's nobody there. And Armstrong will collect the loose puck. And it's Hillman, but he's checked by Howe and dumps it in. Young, and Young collects the loose puck. It goes out to Fontaine. That's a shot 2. And a save and a hold by Bauer. Minute left on the 4-on-4. Faceoff is won by Detroit out to Fontaine. Line change. So I will put Ullman out on the left.
I'll sit Nevin.
Okay. And Johnson has the puck, but he's forced to dump it in by Mahovlich. And Horton will collect for the Leafs. Horton has the puck, but he'll cough it up. And Ullman can't do anything but circle at center ice. He looks over to Wodrowski. Wodrowski will look to pass. And
We're back to full strength.
Yeah, we're back to full strength. Okay. Okay, and it's out to Glover, and that's an assist pass. To the right defense, that's a shot 0 for Young. And held by Bauer for the faceoff. Oops, we gotta get Bond out.
Oop, put in Stanley, I guess.
Wish the game would just do that on its own.
Yeah, if you're in the penalty box, the game should really just
No better, yeah.
leave a blank, right?
Yeah. Okay, face-off is 1 to McDonald. Goes out to the right wing to Glover, but Pulford lands the hit to shake the puck loose. And Howie will collect it. Tries again to go out to the right wing, but this time Pulford forces them to dump it in. And Armstrong will collect for the Leafs. Stewart with the puck. He's got a good chance, a shot 4, but it's blocked by Delvecchio. Oh, why is... Okay, we should not be in the power
Yeah,
play.
you should have even power play.
Just going to do this to get around Bond. All right. It just doesn't seem to understand what these...
Yeah, when the extra overhand.
time on the penalty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Glover would have had a good chance, but a big hit by Brewer loosens the puck, and Harris will collect. It goes out to Brewer, and that'll kill the rest of Bond's penalty.
Yep.
And now
Now
Stewart.
we're good.
Yep. Now we're good. Now Stewart has the puck, but he's hit by Gagan. Shakes it loose for Pronovo. And then Duff lands a hit right back. And Gagan will pick up the puck at center ice. And he looks for Delvecchio. Delvecchio comes in. He's got an opening in the slot for a shot 5. And it's saved by Bauer. And he drops it to Hillman. 2 minutes left in the second period. Puck is to Alan Stanley, and he'll cough it up. And Glover will control for Detroit. He gets it over to Fontaine for a shot 1. And that's saved and held for the face-off by Bauer. The draw is won by Keon over to Reagan. He passes it over to Shaq, who passes it back to Bond, who keeps it, but is checked by Fontaine and has to dump it in, and it's covered by Basson for a face-off in the Detroit end with 40 seconds left in the period. Toronto wins the draw. Bond's got the puck, and he's crushed by Howie Young. Puck comes loose, but Shaq keeps control for the Leafs. Into the middle for Keon for a shot 4. Scores! The last time sequence of the period.
Oh, wow.
Keon scores to give the Leafs the lead. And assist to Shaq and Bond. So that's got to hurt the Wings. So that fourth line for Toronto's been very active.
Yeah, I mean, Toronto is a deep team. That's why they were
Yeah.
able to withstand all the injuries during that season.
Yeah. All right, so we'll have a face-off at center ice to end the second period. Toronto will win it, and that's it. So end to 2. Toronto comes back to take a 3-2 lead.
Yeah, and just put Stanley on the third line with Hillman.
Yep.
I don't think Detroit had much in the way of injuries that year. Already missed a few games, but I think that was it.
Okay. Here we go. Third period. Detroit needs to make something happen or they're in a big hole here. All right. Opening face-off of the period's won by Toronto. And Horton will control the puck. They'll look out to the right wing for Nevin, and that's an assist pass. And it goes back to Kelly in the middle for a shot 3. Saved by Basson, and now he's hot, which will help the Red Wings. But Mahovlich gets the rebound, and he gets a shot 3. And a save and a hold by Basson. So good chance there for the Leafs. But Basson's up to the task. Face off in the Detroit end. It's won by the Wings, and Ullman controls. Looks out on the left for Labine. He'll get a shot 0. That's saved by Bauer and dropped to Horton. He passes it in the middle to Kelly, and Kelly will get a shot 1.
Ooh, good thing he's hot.
Yeah, Basson stops it with the hot rebound, and Labine controls the loose puck. Over to Gagan. He'll pass to Pronovo. Pronovo looks around as the lines change, and he'll get it over to Howie Young. Young still with the puck, looking for Melnick. Melnick's got it. Detroit having trouble penetrating the Leaf defense. Back into the middle for Lundy. Back to Melnick. Melnick will get a shot away, a shot 1. And that's held by Bauer for the face-off. 3 minutes gone in the third period. Face-off in the Toronto end. And Lundy will get kicked out. And now Detroit will win the draw on the +3 because Melnick's a 4. So Lundy with the puck. Goes out to the left wing for McGregor. Back to the right wing for Howe, but taken away by Pulford. Pulford looks to shoot. There'll be a delayed penalty, it looks like. A shot 3 for Pulford. And that's a save, and Basson holds the puck. And they're looking at Gordie Howe, but decide not to make a call.
Okay.
So Detroit dodges the bullet there. There'll be a face-off on the Detroit end. And Detroit wins it, and Delvecchio controls. He drops it back to Godfrey. Detroit doing a lot of passing and not much shooting here. Over to Odrowski. And back to Godfrey. Another delayed call here. Godfrey tees it up from the point on the shot 1. And that's saved by Bauer and dropped to Bond. The officials will not whistle him either. So face off on the Toronto end. And Detroit wins. Godfrey with the puck. In the middle to Delvecchio. He'll get a shot 1. And it's held by Bauer for the face-off. Delvecchio wins another draw. Controls the puck. And he will go out to Labine on the left wing. That's a shot 1. And Bauer saves and kicks it to the left to Brewer, who tries to go to Stewart, but he's leveled by Labine. The puck comes loose and Duff scoops it up. He looks for Olmsted in the middle of the ice, but it's intercepted by Pronovo. Pronovo leaves it for Ullman, who puts it on the left wing for Labine for another shot 1 for Leo, and that's gloved and held by Bauer. This time the Leafs win the face-off, and it'll go out to Duff. And then Brewer. And they try to get it out to Reagan, but it's taken away by Stasiuk. And he will keep it, and he'll launch a shot 1. And again, oh, that's blocked by Stanley, and the loose puck is taken by Hillman. Stanley now with the puck, but it'll be intercepted by Howe. And he goes out on the left wing to Stasiuk, and that is a shot 1. That's saved by Bauer and dropped for Stanley. Keon will bring it out of the Toronto end. He looks on the left for Shack, but again, it's intercepted by the Leafs, and Pronovo will take it. All right, we're down to the final 10 minutes here. I'm gonna go to my second line and second pair.
I'll do the same.
Okay. It's winning time here. All right, the pass goes to Odrowski at the right defense. He will keep it. And he'll try to get out to Johnson, but Brewer with another hit. And Duff collects the loose puck for the Leafs. All right. He skates into the offensive zone. He's got a wide open chance from the top of the slot. The shot 5 is a goal.
Whoa, that's breathing room.
That's a killer. Dick Duff on the quick counterattack with assists from Horton and Olmsted. Detroit couldn't afford that. So Duff, Olmsted, and Stewart with Brewer and Horton. All right, 4-2 Leafs, 9 minutes to go. All right, Toronto's going to have to turn up the gas here. So we're going to go to 3-4 checkers.
I'll leave it at the
At 2.
medium 2. Yep.
All right, face off at center ice. Won by Toronto. Horton with the puck. He goes to the left to Brewer. Brewer looking for Duff, but it's taken away by Alan Johnson. I'm back to my first line.
I'll leave it with Pulford and
Okay.
Armstrong.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's out to Gagan. He'll pass. And he decides to keep it himself. And he looks to drop it to Provino, but it's taken away by Alan Stanley. He goes out on the right wing to Harris, and Harris will cough it up to Delvecchio, but there's no room for him to carry it over, and he'll pass it out on the left wing to Stasiuk. That's an assist pass that'll go to Pronovo for a shot 4. Here's a chance for the Leafs. And a save by Bauer. And the rebound is controlled by Armstrong. Yeah, can't let chances like that go with 6 minutes left. So Harris on the right wing. He's got an assist pass. And that'll go to Stanley for a shot 4. And he scores.
Oh, that's the killer.
That's the killer. Yep, so Detroit had their chance. Didn't take it, but Toronto does.
5 unanswered goals.
Yep. Assists go to Pulford and Harris. So that's and Detroit's top line doesn't get it done. That makes it 5-2. All right. All right, 6 minutes left. Drop the puck at center ice, and it's Detroit's puck. I'm not going to go with the fourth line, but I will go with the third.
I'll go with the third, yeah.
All right. It goes to Adrowski, but there's a hit by Armstrong. The puck is loose. It's controlled by Hillman. On to the left wing for Pulford. He gets a shot 3. And that's a save by Basson, but a rebound to Pulford. He gets another crack at a shot 2. It's block, no block. And that's a rebound. And now Basson's hot a little bit too late. But the rebound comes to Armstrong for a shot 3. And that's forced wide by McDonald.
Oh, it's on target.
No, because they're not forecheck 3. Oh, they are.
They are, yeah.
Okay. That's forced wide. Undo that. So Toronto's puck. All right, goes to Stanley. And he'll cough it up. And McDonald will control. Over to Wodrowski. He will cough it up. And Armstrong will control. A lot of back and forth in the neutral zone. Harris with the puck. Into the middle for Armstrong, but taken away by McDonald. The teams will change up.
That's good with me.
Yep. Okay. It's out to Labine. And he'll get a shot 1. And that's saved by Bauer. And the rebound's taken by Stanley. We're under 4 minutes to go in the game. Nevin with the puck. Just looks to vamp and kill time. He gets it over to Bond. He's skating in circles. Finally looks in the middle for Kelly, but it's taken away by Ullman, who gets it out on the right wing for Johnson. And that's a shot 4. Another save by Bauer. And Kelly collects the rebound. Okay, he looks to get out to Bond, but Bond is leveled there by Labine, and the puck is loose, and it's taken by Bond. Last 2 minutes of the game. Stanley with the puck. And that's an assist pass. Oh boy, just shot 5 for Harris, and a goal. Toronto pouring it on now. So Harris with the goal in the final 2 minutes. And Stanley gets 1 assist on the assist pass. And then the third highest is Hillman. Boy, the Detroit's top line's taking a beating. All right, 2 minutes to go. 6-2 Leafs. And they win the draw. Harris gets hit by Del Vecchio. And Pulford has the loose puck. Over to Hillman. He skates in circles at center ice. Still vamping. Now he looks for Stanley. Stanley will just pass it back and forth with Hillman, but this time it's taken away by Stasiuk in the final minute of the period. It's off to Odrowski, and just for good measure, Pulford lands a hit, and the puck is loose, and Odrowski scoops it up, and that's the ball game.
Pretty dominating performance.
Wow. So Detroit outshoots Toronto 29-25, but Toronto scores 6 times on 25 shots.
Does this bring Salchuk back?
No, he's out, I think, for not till game 4. So yeah, you're right. Toronto scored 6 straight goals after Detroit went up 2-0, 11 and a half minutes into the game. So that'll send it back to Detroit, and the Wings got a lot of work to do in the next couple of games at the Olympia.